You know, I feel fortunate to have been covering the Bulls at that time and being so close to watch this transformation of this young man just becoming the greatest basketball player that's ever played. Nothing could ever stop him from winning. It was all about winning. The flu game, they called it. It could have been the pizza game because he thought it was food poisoning and he looks horrible. He could barely talk, you know, and I didn't want to keep asking him about how you feel, this and that and the other. I could just see it in his eyes. I think he realized the situation. You have an opportunity to win a championship and it can go away. We're not going to wait till you get better and then play the next week. The thing that always brought the greatness out in him was a challenge. And he was just zoned in. And there was nothing that was going to stop him from playing his best and winning that basketball game.
A gorgeous summer night here in Salt Lake City, Utah, as the sun sets on the Wasatch Mountains. We now go over to Dan Roberts, the PA announcer for tonight's game.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to the Doma Center for game number 5 of the NBA Finals with the Chicago Bulls and our Utah Jazz. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. Wearing number 13, the starting center at 7'2" from New Mexico, Luke Longley. On the drive line, number 9, at 6'6" from Miami of Ohio, Ron Harper. Wearing number 33, starting forward at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. Wearing number 91, starting forward at 6'7" from Southeastern Oklahoma State, Dennis Rodman. And at guard, number 23, at 6'6" from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. The Bulls are coached by Phil Jackson. Now, let's meet your Utah Jazz. At guard, number 14 at 6'4" from Iowa State, Jeff Hornacek. The starting center wearing double O at 7'2" from Kansas, Greg Ostertag. On the guard line, number 12 at 6'1" from Gonzaga, John Stockton. Starting it forward, number 32 at 6'9" from Louisiana Tech, the mailman, Karl Malone. The head coach for the Utah Jazz is Jerry Sloan.
Welcome, everyone, to Game 5 of the NBA Finals with Coach Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. A lot to talk about as we get set to go. First and foremost, Mike, Michael Jordan apparently suffering from serious flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, there was a real question of whether or not he'd even take the court here. But in a crucial Game 5, there's no way Jordan's sitting out. It's just a matter of how much it'll affect him.
And the Bulls had only lost 2 games total, Clark, in the previous 3 rounds before dropping the last 2 here in Salt Lake City. So the Jazz have them on the ropes, it would seem.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. You think about it, Chicago's won 4 titles since '91, and they've never had to go the distance in the series. I mean, if they can't find a way to stop Utah's momentum here, the Bulls will, for the first time, need 7 games if they're going to get another ring.
So taking the floor for the Bulls, it'll be Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman man the forward spots. And at center, Luke Longley. For the Jazz, John Stockton will be at the point with Jeff Hornacek at the 2. In the front court, we have Brian Russell, Karl Malone in the center, Greg Ostertag.
And guys, I think it's already safe to say Jordan does not have his usual energy tonight.
And the Bulls start out with the ball. Michael Jordan on the wing. Hornacek covering. Jordan. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Clark, with Michael Jordan clearly not feeling well, you have to wonder how many minutes he'll be able to play in this one.
And Kevin, you know, with Michael Jordan, he never wants to come out of the game ultra competitive, and yet Phil Jackson may be in a position where he has to make a tough decision. I mean, that's part of what a coach has to do. Sometimes you have to rescue a player from himself.
But Jordan never wants to come out, does he?
No, he wants to go the full 48 minutes.
And of course, Coach, all eyes on Michael Jordan as we try to get a sense of how his illness is affecting him.
Didn't take long to find out, Kev. Once he gets a few minutes under his belt, we'll see if he has the energy to keep going.
Yes, sir. And Pippen slams it in.
And Pippen has never been one to back down from the aggressive coverage, welcoming the contact on the way up.
Now Stockton. About a minute played so far here in the first. Rodman with the block. And he gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Stockton against Rodman. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Hornacek. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from 3-point range.
And I would think the end of game 4 still has to be kind of floating around in the heads of the Bulls players. They were up 4 with a minute and a half left. Up 4, 90 seconds to go, and could not close the deal.
Yeah, Utah scored the last 9 points in the game. You know Michael Jordan and company doesn't want to let that happen again.
I can't see it happening again either, Coach.
Here is Stockton after the made shot from Michael Jordan. Hornacek outside. On the wing, Malone. Over Longley. Here's Ostertag, and it's Ostertag with the jam.
Boy, that's simply a big guy doing what big guys do at 7'2". Ostertag, very effective at earning second chance looks.
And Clark, after a few quiet games to start the series, John Stockton's been sensational since the series has come back to Salt Lake.
I think you got to attribute some of that to playing at home, good home cooking. You know, we always talk about John Stockton's assist, but in these finals, his defense has been as good as his passing.
It has. And the Bulls have to overcome Jordan's illness. For more on that, let's now go to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. With Michael Jordan struggling, the Bulls training staff is doing all it can to keep him hydrated. They've given him plenty of fluids and are considering an IV. It means the Bulls will need guys like Pippen, Rodman, and Harper to step up, especially on defense, because they're facing a red-hot Jazz team. John Stockton has been dominant since the series came to Utah. Guys?
He has been. David, thank you. When they're ready with an IV, you know Jordan's condition, Mike, has got to be serious.
For sure. You have to wonder how long MJ will last tonight. I'm not sure how many minutes he'll have in him.
But they're going to need him. And coach, for Scottie Pippen, the effects of his foot injury, you can see, are still lingering.
Yeah, he hasn't been as explosive as we're used to. He's been in more of a post-up role for them in the past few games.
The shot's good from Stockton.
Nice balance from Stockton. Excellent job making sure he still cashes in through the contact.
Here's Jordan. Longley with the bucket.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Jazz trail by 3. Stockton looking around. Malone, a screen on Harper. Stockton the pass to Malone. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
And one thing the Bulls need to do tonight is a better job at the free throw line. They only got to the line 12 times in Game 4, and they missed 7 of those 12 shots.
And you know, Coach, that was a huge difference in the ball game. A close game like that, missing that many free throws, that's a problem. The Jazz did play aggressive D, but they didn't really pay for that aggressive defense. I expect we'll see more of the same tonight.
Here's Stockton. The Bulls getting the bucket. On the wing, Malone. Rebounded by Rodman.
And usually, you can count on him to convert there. The D did just enough to throw him off.
And Jordan throws it down.
Jordan's got a lot of flash to his game. A terrific guard, loves getting tricky with his ball handling and creating shots for himself.
Now, here is Hornacek. Stockton outside. Inside. Down he goes. Nice one there from Ostertag. Ostertag's got his second bucket of the night.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Here's Jordan. Jordan refusing to make his team carry the load, finding another basket.
MJ showing us all how it's done.
Hornacek outside. Screen by Malone. Stockton from outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Harper doing good work on defense, and I love watching him play that end of the floor. Really good hustle and energy. He brings it every time he's between the lines.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. It's Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Bulls star Michael Jordan still in distress with flu-like symptoms.
And I'll say, I don't think you could get a louder crowd than we have in Utah here tonight.
Malone is out there with Ostertag. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Stockton. And it's Russell in at the small forward. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 7. You're right about these fans. The Jazz crowd is sensing what an opportunity this could be.
Kevin, they sure are. It's an intense place to play. There's no denying that. And with a chance to take a 3-2 lead in the series, these fans have it turned up full throat.
Yeah, top volume. They are loud.
Yep.
Hey, Clark, the Bulls doing a good job on Stockton so far.
Well, they know in order to muck up the Utah offense, you've got to start with the head of the snake, John Stockton. Get him out of rhythm. They learned that the hard way in games 3 and 4. They're determined not to let him beat them again.
Yep, they're stifling him. Here's Malone. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Perhaps nerves, maybe frustration, but now is not the time for mistakes.
Yeah, control going to be the key here. That's the only way to get out of this thing.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Carr, he's checked in for Malone. Morris comes in for Russell, and Isley subbed in for Stockton. Morris outside. Carr with the screen on Pippen. Morris passes to Carr. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
No way can you overstate how important this game is. I mean, the Bulls have only trailed in the finals once throughout the Jordan era.
Taking the flu into consideration, Jordan has been tremendous so far in this one.
Passes it to Carr. Jordan with the rebound. And Mike, if the Jazz pull this game out, the Bulls will be under pressure they're not used to.
True, but this is a tough team to rattle. Even if they do go down 3-2, I don't think they'll be easy to put away.
I would agree with you. Here's Wennington. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 5 assists tonight. You know, Mike, it's amazing to see the performance Jordan is putting on here. Clearly not at full strength, but still getting it done.
That's the kind of competitor he is. Remember, this is the NBA Finals. If MJ had to play on a broken leg, he'd probably still be out there.
You're probably right. Anderson kicks to Morris. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Here's Isley. Offline with his 3. The Bulls leading by 11. And Mike in the battle between Michael Jordan and Karl Malone, 2 of the greats ever. Jordan has dominated so far.
Each team leans on those guys for the bulk of their scoring. And tonight, Jordan's taking the mailman to school.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
And the Jazz with some changes. Foster comes in for Greg Ostertag. And it's Hornacek in for Anderson. Chicago also making some changes. Luke Longley's checked in for Winnington. Gaffey comes in for Dennis Rodman. And it's Kukoc in for Pippen. Nice ball movement by Utah.
Remaining in the first half.
Pass to Carr.
2 minutes.
Back to Morris. Out to the wing. To the paint. Here's Foster. Michael Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And it's hard to imagine a player performing as well as Jordan under such tough circumstances.
And that one drops for him. Jordan's got 19 points.
Nice work, and they are getting it done at both ends.
And building on this lead. They're playing a pretty complete game.
Jordan against Hornacek. Foster is screen on Kerr. Isley the pass to Foster. Here's Jordan. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor and looking for more.
Starting to pull out ahead off the back of some terrific offense.
They are firing on all cylinders, aren't they? Hard to get stops when they're playing with this much energy.
Jeff Hornacek on the wing. The pass to Morris. Back to Hornacek. Pass to Morris. They need this one. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot before second violation. And the Jazz with some changes. Karl Malone's checked in for Carr. Russell comes in for Morris. And Stockton subbed in for Isley. Here's Jordan. Malone with the block.
Emphatic denial by Malone, using that 7-foot wingspan to get a hand on the ball.
Wow, what a play. How in the heck did he make that?
Somehow maintaining control even while absorbing the foul. That's impressive.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Bushler's checked in for Gaffey, and it's Brown in for Steve Kerr. And the Bulls with another miss. Jazz trail by 15. Pass to Foster. On the wing, Stockton. He dishes it to Malone. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Kukoc.
You know, you can't go for this if you're the defense. I mean, once Malone has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
He's off on the second. And here's Jordan outside, and it is good at the buzzer.
How about that one? A perfect finish to the half for them to tack another 3 points onto their lead.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the Chicago Bulls. He has really delivered at the offensive end. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge. We're ready for the second half here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
How about this Utah crowd? They get extremely loud. Remember back in Game 4, Phil Jackson had to wear earplugs.
So for Chicago right now, they've got Harper. Dennis Rodman is out there with Pippen. Then it's Longley. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. That flu might be catching up with Jordan. This is his 4th consecutive miss. Hornacek passes to Ostertag. Back to Hornacek. Pass to Russell. 3-pointer. They get it back. Down he goes. Nice one there from Ostertag. Ostertag's got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for the Jazz. Pippen against Hornacek. From deep, Jordan. Rebounded by the Jazz. And Mike, talking about the atmosphere in here right now, it couldn't get any louder.
Well, it's the last game of the year in Salt Lake, and maybe the biggest game in Jazz history. These fans are going to do their part for sure.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Things going from bad to worse. Trailing big and sloppy turnovers like that one, not helping things.
On defense, the Bulls' biggest golden eye, Clark, was keeping Stockton in check. And so far, they've been able to do just that.
Well, it's clear Stockton is the hub of the wheel, Kevin. We all know that. And the Bulls doing a really good job to limit his penetration, clogging up the passing lanes, and really make everything uncomfortable for Stockton.
They are. Malone, the pass to Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Malone sets the pick for Stockton. And that one's good. Russell.
Boy, I love watching Stockton share the ball. He does it with such aplomb. He's unselfish and always looking for the open man.
And I believe David talked to Jerry Sloan about Jordan's condition. D.A., what'd he say?
Yeah, Kevin, I talked with Coach Sloan as he came out for the third quarter, and he wasn't interested in talking about Jordan's condition at all. He said, I don't care how he's feeling physically. All I know is mentally, he's as intense as I've ever seen him. And he stressed to his players, we have to match Jordan's intensity ourselves if we want to win this game. Guys, back to you.
David, thanks. Mike, sounds like Jordan has the Jazz worried, even in his current physical state.
They should be. Even when Jordan's body is not right, he's never going to lose intensity or his will to win. Jerry Sloan knows that.
He sure does. He's a smart guy, isn't he?
He is.
And I think the question marks about Michael Jordan's health, Coach, have been answered by now.
From everything we're hearing, what he's doing is amazing. This is a guy who might need an IV, and still, he's out there tearing the Jazz up.
Unbelievable. The Jazz making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Wennington, he's checked in for Chicago. Kerr comes in for Harper.
I'm open right here.
Stockton outside. Kicks to Malone. No good off the back of the rim.
Normally, he knocks that down. The defense got a gift.
Malone, a screen on Kerr.
In the third, Jimmy.
Feeds to Anderson. Now the pass to Ostertag. He's looking for Russell and finds him. The Jazz with another miss. Chicago leading by 18. Jordan with it. Guarded now by Anderson.
Using his stature to beat them to the rebound. Love to see a big man doing his thing.
We thought this game could come down to who does more, Coach, Jordan or Malone.
And it's been a one-sided fight. Jordan's been the bigger presence by far. MJ may be sick, but he isn't going to let that stop him.
Here's Jordan. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Jordan's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Lighting it up, Michael on one tonight.
Stockton down low. Defended by Kerr. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And they can ill afford mistakes like that one.
But they need to make their own breaks to come back and not shoot themselves in the foot.
Foster's checked in for Utah. The fadeaway. Jordan's shot is off.
He'd like that one back. That's normally a shot he makes.
Kerr against Stockton. He kicks it to Anderson. He feeds it to Malone. And he uses the glass on the layup. Malone's got 5 now.
The paint is unquestionably Malone's real estate. That's his domain. He makes it really difficult to stop him down low.
And Jordan throws it down.
And it makes sense why they keep running the offense through him, proving how efficient he is.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Anderson kicks to Stockton. Pass to Russell. Now Anderson. Passes it to Stockton. Shoots over Pippen. Stockton's shot is off. And so it's the Chicago Bulls holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back right after this. Welcome back for the 4th quarter of this pivotal Game 5. With Clark Kellogg, Mike Fratello, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Michael Jordan still toughing it out despite his illness.
And a great bounce-back game for Jordan after a shaky performance in Game 4.
We've got Russell, John Stockton out there with Hornacek. Then it's Malone, and it's Foster in at the 5 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Hornacek passes to Stockton. The feed to Malone. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton. That's 7 points for Karl Malone. And it's stunning, Clark, to think that Jordan could have this kind of game in his condition.
You know, he's shown us in the past how he can rise to any occasion, but he missed 16 shots in game 4. To see him tough it out and actually raise his game, remarkable.
It is remarkable in every way. That's 3 straight misses for MJ. He might be reaching his limits here physically. On the wing, Stockton shoots over Brown, and Utah again with the bucket.
Most times you just assume Stockton's shot is going in. He's that good.
Here's Jordan. Pippen outside. A three-pointer, no good. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Hornacek outside. Unloads from 9. Malone misses.
And he knows he's got to convert in these situations. No excuse given the limited defense on him.
Jordan is doubled. Kukoc kicks to Jordan. Fires from the wing. That's good on the jump shot. Jordan's got 12 points here in the second half.
And we know Jordan is a master from the mid-range. Whether he's squared up or falling away, you feel like it's going to splash.
Here's Stockton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first.
You know, I think that was a message-sending foul there. They're not going to allow any easy buckets at the rim.
Yeah, as a coach, I like that one. Make them earn it at the line.
And Utah making a change here. Ostertag's checked in. And Chicago also making a switch. Ron Harper, he's checked in for Brown.
About as competitive a guy as I've seen, Jordan, finishing through the whistle.
And here's Stockton. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Hornacek outside. 6 to shoot. In the corner, it's Stockton. Over Harper. A nice shot by Stockton. Stockton's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Making the defense look helpless there. Stockton enjoying toying with their feelings a little bit.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for the Bulls. The Bulls leading by 16. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Hornacek against Pippen. Hornacek dishes to Stockton. Back to Hornacek. Pass to Russell. Jazz passing it around. 5 to shoot. Malone right side. Shoots over Longley. And it's Malone missing. Here's Chicago. 1:49 left in the fourth. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Outside, Russell. The pass to Stockton. Ostertag, a screen on Harper. Stockton down low. He's guarded by Harper. Shot clock at 2. Offensive rebound. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, you got to bring more force and muscle than that to stop Ostertag. He's way too strong inside to play soft against him.
Bulls leading by 13. Here's Pippen. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper.
You know, at one point it looked like there was still a chance, but I think that time has come and gone.
Now they're just hoping to end with something they can build on.
Stockton the pass to Malone. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stockton.
An unfortunate misfire, just dishing the ball straight out of bounds.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Jordan high post, working on Anderson. Left side, Jordan.
The blend of athleticism and scoring prowess Jordan possesses is insane. He's capable of destroying teams all by himself.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Wennington, he's checked in for Longley. Caffey comes in for Dennis Rodman. Bushler's checked in for Pippen. And it's Brown in for Ron Harper. Here's Morris. Makes it off the glass.
Well, their play is certainly gone to another level. You just wish they'd made this move sooner.
Yeah, had this happened with more time left to go, they might have turned this around.
Back to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. Pass to Caffey. Just 5 on the clock. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 17.
They've turned it up a notch here during this home stretch.
Yeah, saving their best basketball for when it mattered the most. That's how you secure a win.
Here's Isley. Passes to Keith. Shot's good by Carr.
Despite the contact, Carr still finishes. What a focused man.
From deep, Jordan misses. And now, Mike, the Bulls just 1 win away from their second straight NBA title.
And you have to think this series is theirs for the taking. I don't think Utah can go into Chicago and win 2 straight.
It'll be a tough task, Clark, to say the least.
Assuming Michael Jordan is back at full strength, Kevin, it very well could be an impossible task.
For Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, and our entire 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.